Today we're taking a look at the Zeitwinkel 240º. It's a watch that reveals the sportier side of the brand. And in full transparency, Collective is an authorized retailer of Zeitwinkel watches. You can find the 240 along with a wide range of watches from other independent brands at collectivehorology.com. A lot of people have said the Zeitwinkel 240º is the brand's answer to a sports watch, and that's pretty much true, except the brand themselves would say it's their answer to a sportier watch. Now, this isn't exactly a sports watch. It's not meant for any particular purpose, whether that's scuba diving or spelunking or playing tennis or whatever it might be. But it's certainly a watch that is sportier, not just in pretense in terms of its design, but also its functionality. Now, today we have a very special version of the 240. It's the Noir version, which has a black DLC'd case, among other things. And let's use that watch to kind of break down the specs of this collection. These are time-only watches rendered in 316L steel. Case dimensions come in at 40.5 millimeters in diameter, 12.1 millimeters in height, that includes the crystal, and 50 millimeters lug to lug. Now, 40.5 millimeters is an all-new case size for Zeitwinkel. Typically, their watches have been either 39 millimeters or 42.5 millimeters. And this isn't just a new case size, it's a new case design. In particular, you'll see the lugs really drape down to curve the wrist, and this helps add to sort of the sportiness of the watch because it stays firmly planted on your wrist no matter what you're doing. Now, adding to the sportiness of the watch, the water resistance here is 100 meters, and it also includes a crown guard to help protect the crown and stem when the watch is being used in action. So let's talk about case and dial colors. You've got two options for case colors, starting with a gray PVD finish. You've got 4 dial options available with that gray case, ranging from gray to orange to red or blue. And then there's the 240 Noir, the blacked out version of the watch. And this is really our favorite version of this watch. You've got a dial rendered in black. You've got a blacked out case using a DLC treatment here. And the movement as well is blacked out using a galvanic black ore process. More on that in a moment. Now, when it comes to those dials, all of them are luminous with applied luminous hour markers, luminous hands, as well as an infilled luminous bezel. This thing just glows. So let's talk about the movement. The movement powering these watches is the Zeitwinkel ZW102. This is a fully in-house movement designed and manufactured by Zeitwinkel themselves. It's a movement they debuted back in 2010. And this movement boasts a 72-hour power reserve and impeccable finishing. In particular, the movement plates and bridges are rendered in German silver. The screws are chamfered and polished. That 3/4 plate and balance cock are finished with Geneva stripes or Côte de Genève. The edges of that 3/4 plate and the bridges are chamfered and polished, and there's perlage on the interior surfaces of the plates and bridges. Now, why German silver? Well, aside from its beautiful and lustrous quality, German silver is a bit finicky. It's difficult to work with and requires highly trained and skilled watchmakers. That's because it does not hide blemishes. Whether those are smudges, scratches, or fingerprints, they will stand out like a sore thumb, and any watchmaker that's using German silver is demonstrating their ability to execute at the highest level. And Zeitwinkel, of course, is no exception there. Now let's talk a little bit more about the movement finishing in the 240 Noir. It's using the same movement with those same German silver plates and bridges, but in this case the plates and bridges are treated with a galvanic process to render them black. Zeitwinkel calls this black ore or black gold. This is just stunning, and it further accentuates and further highlights exactly what Zeitwinkel is capable of in terms of their approach to finishing. And this is part of the reason we think the 240 Noir is the star of the show. It's a watch that pulls out all of the stops and really at its core represents what this collection is all about. On the one hand, balancing customer feedback and demand for a sportier watch with a different case size and proportions, as well as luminous material, greater water resistance, use of color, but still remaining true to what Zeitwinkel is all about. There is no mistaking this watch. You line it up against any other watch in their collection, and it fits in. And that's the appeal of Zeitwinkel and really independent watchmaking more broadly. Having a point of view, taking risks, and being brave enough to stick with them. In fact, Zeitwinkel has a saying, "We build watches for ourselves and then find like-minded people." Isn't that what this hobby should be all about? Now, the Zeitwinkel 240-degree collection is available at collectivehorology.com. Get in touch or comment below with your thoughts or questions, and thanks for watching.